Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing an important reading in my opinion, and it's about your higher self's messages on what you're doing right, and also a description of who you are meant to be. I hope you are equally excited about this reading as I am to do it for you. And to do this reading today, we will be picking out 4 piles together. All right, so this is pile 1, 2, 3, and I feel this one 4. Let's check out what these piles are together. So for pile number 1, we have the 10 of Cups. For pile number 2, we have the 3 of Pentacles. Pile number 3, we have the Hermit. And for pile number 4, we have the 8 of Swords. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. For pile number 1, we have the yellow Aventurine, and this is what it looks like. For pile number 2, we have the Mookite Jasper, and this is what it looks like. For pile number 3, I was gonna say the Hermit. We have the blue Agate, and this is what it looks like. For pile number 4, we have the green Aventurine, and this is what it looks like. All right, so take a look at which one of these 4 piles or 4 crystals you're the most drawn to. And that is probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to another pile or several piles, or perhaps you feel like you are drawn to all of the piles. Some of you may be drawn to just one pile and you are sure of it. Always know that half of the magic are in this reading and the other half is with you. The magic of picking and being drawn to your pile, knowing this inner knowing that this is your pile or these are your piles. So trust your intuition, because your intuition will always guide you to the right readings. Sometimes you may find that the other piles that you were drawn to were even more accurate than the first one. They're delivering even more messages that you may have wanted to hear than the first one. And sometimes that one pile that you picked, you knew that the universe drew you to it for a certain reason, and it was the one pile for you. Whatever it is, what I'm trying to say is to trust your intuition. There's no shame in picking all of them or just one. It's all up to you and what you feel. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. May today's reading be very fulfilling with you and help you greatly in your spiritual journeys. Hey soul family, if you love the card picking process and the shuffling, I always leave this section specially for you. And as I always will say, it's my favorite part. I love spending this time with you. Such an intimate, cozy time where I get to speak to you freely and not feel like I'm wasting your time. Also, you guys are so sweet. When I say I don't feel like I'm wasting your time, you guys are so sweet and you say you're not wasting our time. Thank you so much for the sweetness. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Okay, so let me introduce the decks to you. On the left side, these are the oracle decks that we will be using for this reading. And on the far right are the tarot decks that we will be using for this specific reading. Also, I will be dividing every pile into two sections. The first section, we're taking a look at what your higher self's message on what you're doing right. And the second half, we'll be taking a look at your higher self's description of who you're meant to be. So yeah, let's get on with that. I think we'll need as much space as we can for now. I'm going to put them into two and then combine them into one for each pile. Right, so let's see how we're going to do that together. Let's plan it out. Can we do pile 1 like that? Pile 2. That is tricky, isn't it? Pile 3. Oops. Yeah. Pile 3. Pile 4. I think that works and you can see it as well. Right. So now we know what to do. Let's begin our shuffling process. Okay. So, can we get more information, please, with regards to the 4 piles higher self? This is an intention that I'm setting for this deck and every deck, interesting, that we will be using. I feel with Athlete that just fell, there's a message for the collective watching this preparation process, and it's about your higher self giving you an advice to work fully on yourself, to put in the effort, because there will be great results. Just like athletes, I'm kind of remembering the gold medal. So you'll be getting exactly what you want is the message here. Okay, so for this deck and for every deck that I use for this reading, the intention of the reading here is what is your higher self's messages on what you're doing right. And also, what is your higher self's description of who you're meant to become? I feel like this one is here, so this is here. Pile 1 is ready. Pile 2 is ready. Yeah. Pile 3. And... okay. And pile 4. Okay, now let's move on to the next deck with the same intention that we set in from your higher self with regards to who you're meant to become and what you're doing right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, this one, and 2. It's so magical how we just pick the piles, we feel the intention behind it, we see what happens, like what card pops up, what doesn't, what you feel, and at the end you get exactly the message you're supposed to hear. Isn't it such a magical process? It just really won't cease to amaze me. All right, so let's put these a little bit further now that we have more space. All right. There we go. So, what is your higher self's description of who you're meant to be? And what is your higher self's messages on what you're doing right? 1, 1, 1, and 1. 2, 2, 2, and 2. All right. Now, let's start with our tarot cards. I will be using 2 cards from each of the 4 decks here. So let's start with the first one. That is the right way up. Right. So now, let's shuffle with with intention. 1 and 1. 1. 1, 1, 1, and 1. Now we go for a second round. I'm going to shuffle, count till 8, and take what's coming in order. What is their higher self's description of who they're meant to be, and what are their messages on what they're doing right, please? 2. I felt like we always do a reading on the higher selves, advice on what to do, higher selves, advice on what you're not seeing, but we haven't done a higher self explaining also what you're already doing right, which is equally important, so that you know you're on the right track and you keep doing it. And that's why I feel this reading is one of the reasons I feel this reading is really important. Okay. Now, oh, thanks. 1, 1, 1, and 1, 2, and 2. There we go. On to our next deck. Oh, I said I was gonna count till 8 and I totally forgot. It was meant to happen the way it did. Now we remember in this deck. Let's do that now. Your higher self's description of who you are meant to become and their messages on what you're doing right. Yes, I got carried away in explaining the intention of the reading that I forgot. Okay, now we do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Round 1. There we go. Round 2. Wonderful. Okay. We're going to do the same thing with the next deck. Again, shuffle with intention. And let's ask, what is your higher self's description of who you are meant to become and messages on what you're doing right? If you hear any background noise, as you may know, this is my dog. I always keep him next to me. Okay, so now we count till 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, no, these ones are popping. It's like their energies are ready. 2, there we go. Now it's time for us to put them neatly on top of each other into each of their respective piles, and we'll always know when a pile, the first part or the second pile of the has finished by this specific card. Okay, so we're gonna be doing it this way. We'll be taking messages about what you're doing right on the top. Okay. All right, let's create space. So that's 4. That is 2. And that is 3. As we agreed, we'll be taking this on top of that. And that is pile number 1. A lot of cards. That is going to be one nice big reading. All right, so pile number 1. There we go. Pile number 1 is ready. These are a lot of cards. I think these are the most cards that we've used so far. All right, so that's pile 1. Pile 2, we'll be putting the first one on top of the second. That is pile number 2. Pile number 2 is also ready. And we have the Mookite Jasper. Pile 3 is right here. And we'll be putting the first part on top of the second. There we go. Third pile is ready with the blue agate. Fourth pile, put the first half on top of the second half and the main card on top. That wasn't too noisy for you. Wait. Sorry about that. Just had to remove a wire. Right. Fourth pile is ready. Can you see it on camera? Yes. The fourth pile is visible. With the green Aventurine. There we go. I feel now that the 4 piles are fully ready. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I admire and love this time. I love spending it with you. Thank you so much. And let's get into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful yellow Aventurine as well as the 10. Whoa, yeah, these are a lot of cards today. As well as the 10 of Cups. Let's keep your main card here. We'll see how that ties into your reading. And during the preparation section, we've divided this reading into 2 piles. First, we'll be taking a look at your higher self's messages on what you're doing right. And then we will be taking a look at who you're meant to become. Okay, or who you're meant to be. I'll leave the second half up there. And let's take a look at the first half. So, as usual, we'll be taking a look at your oracle cards first. You have Addict. Addict helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Wonderful. You also have... This is really cool. You also have Butterfly. Ooh. No wonder you have the 10 of Cups. It's like I already seeing a message of your higher self really being proud of you, seeing you go into the right direction, persevering and changing fully into who you're meant to be actually with the Butterfly here. You're moving along nicely in your path. You have the Sun in Pisces with Vision. So with Vision, what you're doing right is that you're fully aligned at least in knowing who you're meant to be, and you are on the right direction, which is a great thing to have. Okay, so now let's take a look at your tarot cards. We'll leave these here because they're long. I think I want to take the short ones first, right here. So you have the Chariot. Again, this idea of you moving into the right direction. And in Thoth, the Chariot is associated with the Merkaba. It's the idea of being still and not moving because you're ascending. Because the Merkaba is like the spirit vehicle, and it helps you ascend in your ascension process. So that's moving along beautifully. And because of your ascension, because you're growing personal growth and moving into the right direction with the right vision, this in turn is helping you move along beautifully in your life. So you're definitely doing something absolutely right here. And straight away, I see with the addict, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're addicted to something. I think this archetype really shows you're overcoming your weaknesses. You're overcoming the things that would otherwise put you on hold or halt you from reaching your full potential. Like a big example of that is having the discipline to not feel instant gratification and to delay gratification to get what you most want or most desire. So that is so beautiful. No wonder, again, you have the Ten of Cups as your main card, and the yellow Aventurine as well is all about confidence. It's that solar plexus chakra of persevering, as we see in your cards here, of moving forward, doing what's right for yourself. Bravo, pile number one. Bravo. Definitely the right vision here. And again, the 12th house is about transcendence and healing. So, yeah, it's coming along beautifully. You have the Magician. The 8 of Swords. The 3 of Wands. Right? You have, wow, the Sun. You have the Sun here as well. Great vision. You have the 3 of Cups. We get the idea here that you're greatly nurturing yourself. Pile number one, you're greatly taking care of yourself. I'm so proud of you here. Yeah. Your higher self is really in love with the ascension process that you're going through. You have the 5 of Wands. It's kind of like you're stopping yourself here with the 5 of Wands. It's an internal battle of you telling yourself, no, I'm not going to do that because that's not good for my higher calling or my higher growth of my journey. Another part of you is like, but that's what we want to do. And you're like, no, we are going to do the right thing, move into the right path so that we can grow and achieve our goals. You have your eyes set on your goals. Great internal dialogue here of you calming your urges to do other things in the moment for your greater good. Gosh, I feel a lot of pride in this reading. It's the second time I really want to say I feel so proud of you, pile number one. And you have the 3 of Wands. There's a lot of things that we can see in these 3 of Wands. Pile number one. We'll get to that in a second. Let's first take a look at the overall energies here. We can see straight away in the 8 of Swords what this whole thing is really about. A lot of what this is truly about. I'll get to the 8 of Swords in a second, but I do also want to point out the colors in this reading. And by the way, if you're hearing any background noise, this is my dog sleeping in the background. I always keep him with me. Okay, so we're seeing in the butterfly with the colors, the blues and the oranges, which is highlighted in your reading again with the main card, the blues and the oranges. And this is giving me the understanding that you're working towards two things: your emotional growth or personal growth, as well as your work with the wands energy. And with that, we do see that you have been through a long phase of having, of being in a tough circumstance. We do see with the Eight of Swords, vulnerability. We see the mermaid outside of its natural habitat, outside the water. It's all tied up, and you'd think for a second that this mermaid is absolutely stuck, uncomfortable, and her situation is heart aching. But what I love about this card is that it's a little bit deceiving, because if you look closer, you can see its spirit animal, the Arctic mink, which is known to be a very smart animal that digs into information, looks at things deeply, tries to find opportunity, tries to make things work. It's just a very, very smart animal. And so if you look closer, her spirit animal is right there, making things work or helping her out of the situation. So we see your higher self giving you the message of you were put in these challenging situations for a specific reason, because you're a very smart person. You dig deep naturally into things, and it was the only way to take you out, push you into growing the way you are meant to grow. You know how when there's this example that says all of the doors were closed so that you can finally open that one that you haven't considered before. It's the only one left for you to finally open to get out of the situation. And so it kind of makes me feel like it was designed for you in this lifetime to go through these challenges so that you finally bring out that part of you that needs to come out. The spiritual ascension that we've been noticing, for you to push and persevere and find that magic in you, the skills, figuring it out. Do you see how this magician is... kind of feels like a savvy person with all the science and physics and electronics around them and the books. It's like you were forced to look closer at how you can make use of a certain situation. They were challenges meant for you to stop looking at some certain things that you were looking at and to start looking into the right direction, which will eventually and inevitably lead you to exactly what you wanted in the first place. And so this is leading you to nurture yourself greatly. I see you glowing, because here with the 3 of Wands, you're glowing. You're taking care of yourself personally. Even though you are greatly focused on work as well. And there's a new beginning, a new level, and a new phase of your life. And that's what you're doing right. With the 3 of Wands, you're starting a new journey now. Looking at things in a far different way, whether it has to do with your work, whether this is your work or your personal growth. I mean, both of them is what I'm trying to say. In whichever case you have the right vision, you're moving towards your north node and what you're supposed to do. And your most important thing about this level that you are absolutely doing right is that you are pushing through your temptations. You're no longer letting in what is not serving you, or what is toxic, or what is halting your development in any way, shape, or form. Such great strength and power that I'm seeing all over your reading. And that's one of the things that your higher self truly loves about you, and how what it sees you're doing absolutely right. Because no matter which direction you're in, and we can see already have the right direction, and whether you're always on the right direction or not, but the attitude of persevering and choosing what's right constantly is the golden horse to winning whatever you're meant to do, or achieving your dreams, or becoming the highest form of who you're supposed to be. Pile number 1. Such an amazing reading. There's a confirmation with the sun here. and the Vision. Both are truly showing that at the moment you are fully aligned with the path that your higher self sees for you. Pile number 1. Beautiful, beautiful vision that you have. I wish you all the best of luck. Good job on taking very good care of yourself, as well as your work and nurturing yourself. Yeah, you taking care of yourself is coming out very strong. Perhaps you're eating the right food, you're taking care of yourself emotionally, personal care, emotional care. You're all there, team pile number 1. You're all there, team you. And looking closely at everything, using whatever resources and whatever you have to make it work. And from the outside, people may think that you're still stuck. They do see some glow up here and there. They do see that you're kind of emotionally happy, that somehow things are changing for you. They do see that. But they don't understand just how far you went. On the outside, it still kind of looks that you may be stuck, but really in reality, you know that things have been moving fast and that you have been greatly developing. Whether this has to do with your character, your emotional strength, your work, what is on the outside at the moment is a total illusion. On the inside, things are looking amazing for you, and only you and a few of you know it and are celebrating it at the moment. Most important thing that I see about you is your perseverance to do the right thing for you. Bravo, pile number 1. Really, bravo. Okay, now that we've had a good look at your higher self's messages on what you're doing right, let's take a look on your higher self's description of who you are meant to be. I'm gonna take these out and come back. Clear this out. All right, let's take a look at the second half. The description of who you are meant to be. Pile number 1. Overall, I love this relationship that you have with yourself and your higher self. It seems like you're really focused on going through that path. So, you have femme fatale, with highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. All right. You also have, wow, the cosmic egg. And with that, I really see that you are changing skins. Improving into your authentic self. The cosmic egg, of course, reminds me of, again, the idea like the 8 of Swords of everything coming from nothing. It might look from the outside that there isn't much, but you're making the best out of everything that you have, and you're growing and you're evolving. And so your higher form with the femme fatale, I feel that who you're supposed to become is someone who, in general, is very attractive, whether this has to do with how you physically look or with your character or what you do in general. You grab a lot of attention to you. And with the cosmic egg, I feel like people are saying, whether you have it all or have nothing, you are that sort of person that knows how to grab attention, knows that is attractive to people. People's dreams come true, whether this has to do with relationships, friendships, work, a guide, whatever you do, whatever work that you create, or who you are or want to become. The best version of you is someone who has this erotic energy, meaning is really wanted, really desired. People's hearts open up when they see you. Pile number 1. What amazing energy, really. And obviously this is why you have the 10 of Cups and the yellow Aventurine, because with the yellow Aventurine, if you may not know that it has quartz in it, and so it really amplifies this attractive energy that it has towards it, this again, yeah, this attractive energy. So this is written all over your reading. The best version, or who you are supposed to become or be in this lifetime, is someone who's really wanted, really attractive, really loved. And you're creating all of that from not much, because with the cosmic egg, it's like everything has been created from nothing. And it's shown in many ancient civilizations, including the Sanskrit word shunyata, where the whole universe has been created from nothing. Okay, so we have Saturn in Pisces with loss. Okay, let's take the shortest cards first. Now we're taking a look at your tarot cards. You have Judgment. I feel like with Judgment and loss here, there's a version of you that will die slowly, and then a new version of you is totally rising and becoming. It's like you're becoming a totally different person. The essence is the same, but who you are is like regenerated, recreated from nothing into everything. This is a really magical reading here. Wow. The 10 of Pentacles. Wow. All right. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, pile number 1. Wow. The combination of cards are just amazing. You have the 7 of Pentacles here, which really shows us the same idea we've been discussing. You see a witch here that is slowly making some magic happen. You see that with the amount of effort that they've put in, it was sweat, blood, and tears. You've come a long way in your journey. There's only so little to go for you to reap these benefits, and you're slowly but surely becoming that person we are describing now in your reading of who you're supposed to become. You also have the Ace of Wands, again showing a new beginning. The Ace of Wands is just blowing my mind, because the Ace of Wands is very close. It's not just very close, it is the idea of the cosmic egg, because the Ace of Wands in Thoth is related to Keter, which is the first Sifriot, and it's the source of all elements. It's the source of the Wands energy. And it means that from the Ace of Wands, everything else is creating. So there is this constant message that from nothing, everything is creating. You're recreating yourself. Also, in the two things that we're seeing, your personal growth, as well as your job or your spiritual journey, your spiritual success, your career is much highlighted here. Okay. You have the 2 of Cups. The Ace of Cups. And you have the King of Pentacles. What is that? 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. We have to start talking about that. This is unbelievable. So who you're supposed to become, you're supposed to become, obviously, from what I see here, someone super successful. Along with the success in the 10th Sefriot, which is Al-Makuth, you're creating a lot of wealth for you. So that's just a byproduct of the success that you're creating. But we see you're becoming, or the person who you're meant to be, someone who's very independent, someone who knows how to create success and wealth and dreams coming true for themselves. You're someone who works slowly but surely. You put in all the efforts needed, and it was very obvious from the effort that you've been putting in now, in order to reach the things that they want. It doesn't matter how much you have now in terms of resources, information, looks, you name it, whatever it is, it really doesn't matter, is what I'm seeing here. Whatever you, wherever and whatever you start with, age, number, finances, it doesn't matter. In your reading here, I see that whatever you have, whether it's little or a lot, you're recreating yourself from nothing. It takes you nothing. In fact, a big part of you is going to be left in the past, and with the RIP, and a new version of you is rising. You're meant to be someone who is loved, respected, someone who knows how to get attention to themselves, whether you want to or not. But you're really alluring, really wanted in everything that you do. And perhaps this is why we see a lot of success, because not only are you working hard in a steady way, but you're also doing the right thing to create success. And these right things include helping others. There's this nurturing energy with the Queen of Wands here. You're making sure you're taking care of others as you take care of yourself. It's not a selfish endeavor. And as long as the ego is aligned with the greater good, we see you creating a lot of success, creating happiness for you, the people around you. I see with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles that you're also attracting your right tribe to you, the right people to you. You're surrounded by the people you love. And perhaps that is, again, a byproduct of who you're supposed to become, because the more you are aligned with who you are, the more attractive you become, and the more wise you become, the stronger you become. And with all of this energy, you attract this tribe, you attract this wealth, you attract this beautiful, attractive energy around you. You create everything from nothing. With the independence centering your reading here, it's like you need nothing to become who you want to be. You don't need economical circumstances. You don't need the right people. You don't need resources. You don't need anything. To start with, I mean, at least. To start with, you have you, and that is all you need. It's about putting in that focus that you're putting in now to reach everything that you've ever wanted with the Ten of Cups. The beautiful thing about your reading is that we can see that you are on your path towards that. In fact, you've taken a long shot and only a little bit is left to go. So all the best of luck from every bit of my heart to you, pile number one. May you always be the best version of themselves. I'm so proud of you because you've taken a long shot. And what a reading to see that you only have a little bit to go. Bravo, pile number one. I can't highlight that enough. Femme fatale. Wow. All the best of luck with that, pile number one. May you always shine and attract everything to you, because you have beautiful energy. You deserve all of this, and may you always have everything and more. Pile number one, that was your reading. All the best of luck. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and please don't forget to check out my productivity book. You really might be interested in it in your journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it, but it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number one, it was such a pleasure and an honor doing this reading for you. I have a lot of admiration for you. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Mookite Jasper, as well as this really interesting Three of Pentacles. I can already feel that your higher self is cheering for you all the way. You're doing something right. You're working on yourself with the Three of Pentacles, and I really feel that energy of go, go, go. High five, high 10. You're doing it right. You go, pile number two. That kind of energy that I'm seeing and feeling in your reading. Okay, so as you may know if you've watched the pile preparation process, but if you haven't, I'll explain this quickly. We've divided in your reading into 2 piles. The first pile that we're going to be taking a look at is your higher self's messages on what you're doing right, which is really important. We tend to forget about that. We do higher selves advice on what we need to do, higher selves on what we're higher selves messages on what we're not seeing. We do a lot of these videos, but it's equally important to take a look at our higher selves messages on what we're already doing right, so that we know we're on the right path. So that will be the first half of your reading. And of course, as the title suggests, the second half of your reading will be doing with your higher self's messages on description of who you are meant to be. So, such an exciting reading. I'm really looking forward to that. So the first oracle card that you have is Martyr, and it says, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Beautiful. Beautiful energy. Ooh, loving the magenta with the green. Okay. You must have really beautiful taste. That I can say straight. Oh, magenta and green. Yeah. I'm getting this pile has a high taste for color, matching, putting things together. You have an artistic eye. You're very stylish. You have very good taste. High sense of taste. Straight away is what I can tell. Okay. Wow, you have the spider. You could be building something. With the spider, I highly feel that you may be doing something on the spider web or the internet. For a lot of you, not necessarily, but a lot of you, you're doing something on the internet. And it's part of your reading somehow. We'll find out together exactly why. You have Saturn in Aries with risk. So you're taking a risk at the moment with something that could be scary for you, but it's a key move for you to take. In fact, I kind of feel like this is the 3 of Pentacles that has to do with your work. Could you be doing something on the internet? Pile number 2? Who knows? But we're seeing a lot of an idea of work here. You might be presenting something artistic on the internet, entertainment, something that people love to watch and see. Maybe you have the idea of, maybe your higher self is encouraging you. Do you see that? To move along with an idea that you want to do online. That is right. That's a big message if this is it. So I see your higher self telling you that message is right. Go ahead with that. You will have good taste, or people will be attracted to watching you. Go ahead, work on that is the message here for a lot of you, but not, of course, necessarily. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and then find out more together about what your higher self is cheering for you here on what its messages are on what you're doing right. Wow, you have the 9 of Cups. The Chariot. You have the 4 of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Cups. Justice. The 3 of Wands, which kind of reminds me of an Empress every time, because there's this umbilical cord and it's growing these flowers. Right, all right. You also have the 9 of Swords. So we have the 9 of Cups, and then we have the 9 of Swords as well. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. Before we take a great look at the 9s, 2 9s staring at us, I want to first address things with the 3 of Wands here. We do see that at the moment you are nurturing different areas of your life, or different things. Maybe the different things is you doing your job and working on something else on the side. And the reason I'm really focused on work in this reading is because we have the spider, and this archetype really talks about our dharma and how when we follow our dharma, we reach prosperity. And so whether this has to do with the internet or not, I see that you're working on several things at the same time, trying to balance things out. You're doing a wonderful job. But this is at its very early stages. We see with the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Swords, you're still very stressed about it. Because this is clarified by the Four of Pentacles for many reasons. First of all, you're afraid of the consequences. That's one of the things. The Nine of Swords tends to show us that sometimes we may exaggerate our fears to an extent where they hold us hostage when they aren't that bad. And the clarification with the Four of Pentacles, you're a little worried that you may not have everything. Do you see how this person is trying to cook and is going through her pantry or their pantry, trying to find the best items that they can use and swap to create that delicious dish that they want to create? So you're up to something here, and that's what your higher self is cheering for you to do. You're following your dharma. They're saying you're doing the right thing. Go, go, go. This right thing, obviously, is at the moment at the depth of the sea, meaning that not everyone knows about the second endeavor that you're balancing with the first. And despite the fact that you are going through your pantry, meaning going through the resources of information that you have or the resources of the tools that you need, we see that you have the keys. You have the keys to make this work beautifully. This Nine of Cups shows us a witch who's taken her goblets deep down under the sea where it's dark, and you can see this witch chanting and stirring and creating her magic, leaving it right in the bottom of the sea or the ocean where it's super dark, so that this spell illuminates this darkness, going up, living her world the way she's supposed to live naturally every day, while something is stirring up down there that nobody knows about except this witch who's creating something wonderful. Yeah, the witch is worried whether this thing that it's nurturing, that it's creating, whether it's going to bloom or not. But we do see with the Six of Pentacles, your higher self telling you it's going to adjust, it's going to balance out, and you will be taking in what you put out. There is results, great results coming with this idea. So whether with the Ace of Cups here, whether you've already started this endeavor that is very close to your heart or haven't yet, the idea in itself is the right way to go. It's with the Chariot, it's very much in alignment with your dharma. You're going on your right path. You're taking a huge risk, but it's going to prove to be the right path. And with Saturn, it is challenging in the beginning. You need to figure a lot of things out, but you're letting this brew and work amidst the darkness. Maybe you're not seen yet. Not a lot of people know about it. Maybe the first half, your other work doesn't know about it. This is something you're doing for yourself that is really speaking to your heart. And just like it says, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. This is definitely Dharma. You're moving towards what your heart wants. With the Nine of Cups, this is a dream come true for you. This is something that your heart lights up just thinking about it. It's scary, definitely scary. But you know that this is what your heart wants. And because your heart is winning the scales, it's calling you. You know, it's your calling, literally. And that's why you're following it. And I see your higher self totally cheering for you, telling you you're doing the right thing. You're following the right idea. Very good, pile number 2. very soon with the spider here, you would have built something big and prosperous for yourself. So follow that dream of yours. That's what you're definitely doing right here, pile number 2. Please follow that. And all the best of luck with that. I truly do see prosperity coming with this idea. All right, I'm going to clear this part out, and we're going to be taking a look at the second half of your reading of who you are meant to be, pile number 2. All right, let's swap these and see your cards, pile number 2. So, taking a look at your oracle cards first, you have Child Divine. Wow. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. Wow. Okay. So obviously, pile number 2, you're a highly intuitive person. You do have a special connection with source, with the universe. You know you are loved. So we're seeing with this specific card that you're building a stronger connection and you're reaching your full potential, which is having being a highly psychic person, someone who's highly in touch with their intuition, strong manifestation powers. Really, I almost want to dare and say a lot of magic to you, pile number 2, for sure. I'm sure we'll see a lot of that when we take a look at the rest of your cards. Wow, see, I told you spirituality was a strong part of this, because the buffalo archetype is an archetype that is amazing in terms of being very much grounded but highly intuitive. So we're seeing you are someone who is going to create a lot of success in the earthly realm, as well as high spiritual and psychic abilities. Pile number 2. You know, it's this combination of Pisces and Capricorn in one energy. You have Mars in Virgo with criticism. So you have an eye, a great eye, that is able to exactly see what is wrong. Do you know how they say that half of the solution is proper diagnosis? And so having this eye to see exactly what the root cause of a situation is, what is exactly going wrong, and to fix that, and not a ton of other things here and there just to improve a little. No, it's finding out that one thing, just like an evil eye, with evil vision, sorry, not evil, ego vision, to find out exactly what is wrong and fix that is a humongous gift. So you have this eye, and I do see this eye comes from the combination we are seeing from who you are, or who you're meant to become eventually. Who you are now, but you're honing on that and growing that, where at some point you're going to be able to look at things, whether that's business, finances, health, beauty, you name it. Just take a look at something, listen quietly, hear people talk to you, look at the whole situation, and after a deep look, find out exactly what is wrong, what needs change. And that is a golden key right there, my dear friend. Because having that type of key to you helps you achieve whatever it is that you want in the world. Whatever type of dreams that you have, whether personal or something towards the world or helping others, you got it, pile number 2. What a big gift. It's like the literal 3D eyes as well as the third eye. You have all of these chakras activating, helping you have a strong clairvoyant vision, helping you discern between things easily and finding out exactly what's wrong, what's right, what needs to get done, and how to do it. Brilliant. Pile number 2. All right. Let's take a look at your tarot cards first. I feel like this one wants to come out first. You have the 6 of Cups. Wow. Okay. With the Six of Cups, like I said, I feel like you've already honed in on that. You're already in touch with that. And that's one thing that's going to continue growing to a level that you cannot even imagine. It's going to help you with everything, any trouble that you face, any difficult situation that you're put through, any challenge that would otherwise stun people. You're quick to figure out how to get yourself out of it. How impressive is that? Pile number 2. Such great intelligence. Okay, you have the Tower. You have the Six of Cups again. Uncanny. Wow. You have the Three of Cups. You have the Seven of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like with this specific Seven of Cups, because it has to do all about imagination, fantasizing, thinking of your dreams, I feel like you're manifesting them. You're drawing them out. You're making sure you know exactly what you want, and you're making these dreams come true. You're manifesting everything that you ever want with the strong powers that you have here. Very evident. And at the moment you have cheering, because we see your higher self telling you you're tapping right into that energy and power of yours at the moment. You're starting to tune into your psychic powers of imagining things, wanting things, and putting all your energy into it and achieving them, breaking down the old and creating the new. You're not afraid to bring everything down and go up again. It's the only way sometimes to reach your dreams. Sometimes things aren't built right and they need to go down to go back up. And that's the vision that you have. The eagle eye vision of knowing when to continue, when to take things down, when to recreate. And with the Six of Cups showing up twice, we see that you have the capability to dream, to imagine, and to slowly build it up, to manifest, imagine it, dream about it, and slowly but surely see that vision and see that dream come to reality. You have the Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords. Oh, your reading is really filling up my heart. Pile number 2. And we see both energies of earth and fire or spirituality all over your reading. We see that although you're you will be a highly spiritual person, even more than now, with the Five of Swords, you're very bold. And so you have your eye both on the spiritual realm and what's going on here down in the 3D. You're very bold. You're not afraid to hit back, to set boundaries, or to protect that beautiful thing that you are creating. So yeah, you will come across who you're meant to be is a very strong character, someone who's bold, but very kind and loving and psychic at the same time. You have that balance to you. You're someone who is going to be a workhorse, but is full of passion and savviness when it comes to your work, enjoying every second of it. We see the enjoyment comes of, first of all, you doing what you love, following your dharma, what speaks to your heart, and at the same time, you're so proud of helping fix something here. You're also happy that you're generating success results in the 3D as well. Let's not forget that you are someone who has this balance. And so you're happy with the spiritual work that you're creating, but you're also happy with the financial success and the 3D success that you are creating. And your work will involve two things: combining your spiritual vision to how you want to help others evolve, but at the same time respecting not every tradition, but the traditions that are going right, that is serving humanity. It's there for a reason. Sometimes it's not about all bringing things down. Like we said from the beginning, some things need to come down and some things need to be continued. And so here you have a discernment between what you want to protect that is going right and what you want to bring down that is not serving humanity, and starting anew, rebuilding things. Pile number 2, I feel like you're the type of person where people get confused. They see that you're a progressive person who has a lot of ideas that seem to be thousands and light years away from how people are living now, and they sort of think, okay, so pile number 2 is very progressive, they don't like tradition. And then in another idea, they hear you speak about something and they think, oh my God, this person must be very stubborn and traditional. What's going on here? Who is this person? And really, it's not one thing or the other thing. You're really about the right thing. And that's why you have Virgo here with criticism. You have an eye to following what's right. It's not team A or team B. It's not about that at all. It's certainly just about building and doing what's right. Having a great vision, drawing out that vision and following it. You're not in teams. You don't want your team to win. You don't want your team to lose. You want what's right to prevail. And that's clear here in your reading. Pile number 2. Such great respect. Who you are meant to come is someone who's very much balanced, someone who knows how to create and manifest, someone who's bold and strong. With the 3 of Cups, you are meant to be someone very sociable, but very sociable, but at the same time very homey, with the 6 of Cups coming up twice. So you're meant to have close people around you. You're also meant to socialize, be bold, have a strong vision of what you want, and create a lot of earthly and spiritual success. Pile number 2. With this specific 3 of Pentacles, I see that and the reason you were drawn to it is because I see your higher self cheering you and saying you're already starting into being going towards the path of who you are meant to be. You're in the right direction. Continue to envision and create. Continue to be you, and soon enough, you're about to be that person. Do you see? It's like your higher self is saying you are going to be that person very soon. You're blossoming into that. Pile number 2. I want to take your tarot deck and further get more information about what kind of psychic powers, because they seem to be very strong here. And I want to know, because I feel like this is a magical card here. Maybe it's a surprise, but I want to find out for you what kind of magic is going on here. It seems like you will own a lot of magical powers. Pile number 2. So may we kindly get more information about pile number 2's magical potential? Why is it coming up so strongly for them in this reading, please? You have the Hanged Man, the 7 of Pentacles. Something is cooking here. Okay. You have the 4 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, and you have the 9 of Swords. Okay, this is gonna sound a little crazy, but when wasn't magic all mind-blowing anyways? Right? So here we do see with your magical abilities, the psychic powers that you have, with the specific hangman. When situations change, when government laws change, medical conditions change, whatever it is that changes on you, that shifts your situation, while it could be trapping everyone else, I do see that you have everlasting freedom. You cannot be tied down. And in fact, you are blessed with the energy of whatever the world goes through, whatever it is that you go through, you will be safe, protected, and there you will always, with your vision and your eye, always find a way, a logical way to make use of the situation and stay safe, you and your loved ones. Pile number 2. I also see with the 7 of Cups, with the birthing, especially with something being birthed here, I see the idea of the manifestation power that is clearly written all over your reading. You'll be able to birth whatever wish you want to life, slowly but surely, but you're able to build that. Pile number 2. With the specific 4 of Cups, I see something amazing. I see that you are very blessed and lucky. Whenever you, and this ties in beautifully with what's going on here. Whenever you feel like you're in a tough situation, trapped, something is not working out right, not only will you be able to come out of it safe, it's like magical things just pop out of nowhere and come and save you. It's like people thinking, my goodness, what are the odds that things would work out this way? Perfectly. So that pile number 2 is saved. So I see that you're really protected from the universe. Luck is absolutely on your side. Whenever you want to create something, you'll find opportunities popping up for you, helping you out with them. I'm so happy we dissected and got to know more about these psychic powers that you're reaching. Whenever you are in distress, in a tough situation, that one solution, one doctor, one business person pops up and you have a savior where you'll be laughing and maybe even resting your forehead in your palm with disbelief. You yourself, how did it turn out the way that it did? How did the solution just pop out like this for you? So opportunities are always coming to you. Good luck is always on your side. Savior is always on your side. You always do your best, but you're very much supported magically. It's just things flow magically in your life, even more as you tap into this energy. Pile number 2. What a magical reading, really. And then with these, we see with the 7 of Swords that again this eye of yours is really there. We see why you have this eye that is showing up clearly in your reading. One of your magical abilities is to be able to discern of with who is lying to you, who's trying to deceive you, what organization is trying to lie to you. You have this eye, and to a great extent you really cannot be lied to, even when you are the one who pursues something. You know how when everything is going right, someone is making you sign a contract, everything in there seems to be okay, everything is working out legally right, at least how it's seen from the outside. Everything is just right, but you have this feeling, despite of the fact that this person is smiling at you and is very gentle with you, you have this feeling that something is not right. And you can see beyond what is happening. You trust your gut. You have a vision. You can see the little things that could be wrong, even when someone is presenting an opportunity to you. It's like you're really protected, repellent of lies and deceit. It just can't happen to you most of the time. You're not only supported, but you can discern between what is right and what is wrong, even when it's not completely seen. You trust your intuition, and something just feels wrong. Something feels wrong. Something feels cold about this. Something is not right. And the last thing that I'm seeing, perhaps you have even more, but what we can see in your reading here, with the Nine of Swords falling right on top of the Five of Swords, I feel like you will radiate positivity, happiness. And so with the world events going on around you, with the tough situations going around you, while you will have a lot of empathy and pop up to help all the time, try to rectify things, but at the same time, I see with the Nine of Swords, you're healing from that, and you're becoming someone who is again repellent of bad energy, very, very well protected. It's like as you grow spiritually, you will become this repellent force, protective force, again, against any psychic attacks, against any bad news. You're living in your own bubble of strength, gratitude, love. No matter what happens around you in the world, you'll be fine, and you'll use that power to help others and other families. Pile number 2. I love your reading. I have so much respect for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know what to say sometimes. Sometimes I'm really lost for words with these readings. Seeing these powers just, at the very least, makes me very blessed to have met you, even through online readings, and to have connected with beautiful souls like you. Thank you for giving me this chance, and I hope we always stay connected. And pile number 2, that was your reading. I'm wishing you all the best of luck in your endeavors and in your spiritual journey. I see your higher self really cheering for you. You absolutely deserve it. You're tapping into some energy and some power that is really unheard of much. All the best of luck with that, pile number 2. That was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and please don't forget to check out my productivity book. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it, but it really can help you out with your spiritual journey, because it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person. And I see this is what you're all about, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, pile number 2, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. It will be such a pleasure for me to share it with you. You'll find all the information you need, including the prices, the reviews, everything that you may need about the book. And pile number 2, again, it was such a pleasure, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So you have chosen the beautiful blue agate as well as the Hermit. Pretty interesting to have this card as the main card. So we'll see, as we take a look at the rest of your cards, what your higher self is trying to say here. If you've watched the pile preparation process, you'll know that we have divided the reading into 2 parts. The first part will be taking a look at your higher self's messages on what you're doing right, and then the second half will be taking a look at who you are meant to be. All right, taking a look at your oracle cards first. You have, King. So the light attributes is enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. I love this energy. All right. You also have Saturn in Gemini with concentration. Wow. Okay. You also have, wow, you have the dragon. What's going on with you now? Pile number 3. Let's push this up a bit here. Can you see this? No, you can't. Let's put it here then. Okay, now it's time for us to take a look at your tarot cards. So, you have the King of Cups. What's up with all of the kings here in this reading? What is going on? You have the 7 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. The 4 of Cups. the Seven of Wands again. All right. The Page of Swords. The Hermit. And you have the Ten of Pentacles ending your reading. Wow, amazing. Really amazing. I'm going to push these up a little bit so that you can see everything, and we'll start your reading. All right, so taking a look at the Seven of Wands that appeared twice, especially that the Four of Cups also appears in your reading. And with this, I see pile number 3, that you've gone through a lot of challenges in your life, and you weren't happy with your world. You weren't happy with what was going on the outside. So much so that it kind of pushed you to look inwards. And that's why you have the Hermit appearing twice. You had to start questioning with the Page of Swords. What is going on? Why am I that unhappy at some point? Why is my life turning into flames this way? Why aren't I feeling happiness? Why am I feeling this way all of the time? Why do I feel like nothing is making me happy, or nothing is satisfying me, or nothing is working? What is going on? And you've realized with the dragon here, because it's all about seeing one's most true self and balancing the ego. I see that with the king as well and the dragon, that you took command of all of that and decided to start questioning things and to go inwards, to truly find your true authentic self, to find out with concentration, deep thought, who you truly are. Why aren't things working? What is your inner world like? And what type of courage do you need to bring forth? We see with the Hermit here a lot of healing going on, and healing that comes with information, also with informed decisions. I see you finding out more information from within and from without, collecting expert information maybe on the spiritual world, maybe the psychological world. I see you went introspect, and with the illumination here, you really went all in, finding out what could be wrong. You left no place undiscovered. I really do see that you went in, you've heard experts, you concentrated so much on finding the right information to why you could be feeling the way you are, why you could be behaving the way you are, within and without. And what I see your higher self telling you, what you've done right, is that you focused so much into taking command of your own world. And that's why you have the king showing up here twice, especially the King of Cups. And kings are all about balanced emotions, being a balanced person. King of Cups is having your emotions in check and in balance, knowing your light and your shadow, being aware of it, working towards being a more stable version of yourself. And I see with the Six of Wands in conjunction with the Ten of Pentacles, your higher self really telling you you've done a great job, you're succeeding at what you're doing, you should be absolutely proud of yourself. Soon you will reach with the Ten of Pentacles exactly where you're supposed to be. And that kind of ties in this card, being the last card, to the next reading that we're going to do for you, which is who you're meant to be. You're like you're walking on that path and you're becoming that person, which we're going to find out soon. So your higher self is telling you it's you really looking deep within and not being afraid to find things out. A lot of people could be afraid of discovering things about themselves that they don't want to necessarily know or are ready to know about now. I see that you've taken charge. You've looked within. You weren't afraid to hold the truth in your hands. And with the truth, you decided to do the balanced right thing. And that's not to blame yourself at all. It is all about being illuminated to find the right path, to rectify what you don't necessarily agree with, and to become the best version of yourself. You're already on that path or of who you're meant to be. You're walking that path. You're taking command greatly of that path. Pile number 3. With the 10 of Pentacles, I see you're doing it especially with love in a homey way. You're treating yourself like family, but at the same time with the Pentacles, you're being realistic. And so with this, I see the idea of applying the knowledge that you gain, applying the conclusions, applying the action points to the conclusions that you've reached, and becoming a better version of yourself every single day. And along with that, you're doing it kindly. You're speaking to yourself like a family member would speak to their other family members. You're so kind to yourself. You would say, okay, it's okay. We went wrong this time. It's fine. Next time, we are going to be careful when we get surprised with things like that. It's no longer a surprise, and we are going to decide to deal with it in a much better way. We're going to take care of how we say things to others and ourselves. We're going to be careful with how we handle tough situations, especially within, before, without. And from that, we radiate the sort of energy and strength that we want without, as it is within. Pile number 3. Great job. This inner work that you have done is really paying off. I see your higher self telling you are absolutely on the right path. You have worked hard. I mean, the Hermit, pile number 3. The Hermit is all about quieting your mind and looking within. It's to know yourself very well. To be okay with yourself by learning more about yourself. The Hermit is a curious character by nature. And it's all about me time, focusing on me. And that's why we go inwards. It's a quiet place of reflection, where we walk through the nature of our minds, gaining access to ideas that we otherwise were afraid to explore, befriending them, saying it's okay, hearing what the other side of yourself wants to say, connecting everything, and saying that's fine. We can accept who we are now, what we're doing now, the circumstances around us now. And the reason we accept it is because we know that we are going to do our best to overcome it little by little until we become exactly who we want to be. I love your reading, pile number 3. So impressive, spiritual people on this channel. Super amazing. You should really be proud of yourself. Now I'm going to clear out this part of your reading and take a look at what your future self, how your future self describes who you're meant to be, now that we're taking a look at what you're doing exactly, beautifully, and right. All right, let's put these up there and take a look at your cards, starting with your oracle cards as usual. You have Rescuer. So it says, provides strength and support to others in crises. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. That is kind of giving me the idea that you have some sort of greater abilities that you will be able to help others with easily. These great abilities that you have will be kind of like magical to other people, where some people will almost find it hard to believe that you have that type of strength or, psychic magic abilities or something. And you will be using that to help others with it. As you help yourself, you will That's why you have the Hermit. Taking the time to help yourself, you will discover so many things, perhaps important information or tips and tricks that others will find super accessible and easy to apply, and might even create some fortune for you. Pile number 3. This is quite interesting. I want to see the rest of the cards for you and see what this is about. Right. You have, whoa, you have the horse. You kind of see the moon here with the intuition, or having a strong active third eye chakra, good vision. The good vision has been coming up a lot, my goodness. But of course with the Hermit, you've learned so much that will give you freedom and a lot of attractiveness with the horse. Let's see. You also have the moon in Aries with protection. Pretty interesting. I see here Aries is fierce, you know, and I feel like with the healing that you're doing, you're becoming free. That type of freedom where nothing can stand in your way, because nothing is hurting you on the inside. Nothing is slowing you down. And just like a battery, you keep going and going and going. Sometimes you stop and pause and recharge just like a battery. But at the end of the day, you recharge and you move quickly. I feel like you're healing so much on the inside that who you're meant to be is someone who's free and wild, because you don't have a wound on the inside that is affecting the length or the strength or the distance to which you travel and take, wherever you want to go, whoever you want to deal with, because you are absolutely fine on the inside. You've amassed a large amount of power that you're helping where you're helping yourself, and you're even helping others as well. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. You have, wow, the Page of Pentacles. All of this rainbow, it kind of feels like the card itself is lighting up, isn't it? It's like there's light coming out of this card. You have the Page of Pentacles. The Sun, wow, talk about light. Straight away, I would say you are going to become a very illuminated person. All of this introspection and studying and learning is making you a very intellectual person. But the thing with intellect is, what type of information do you have? We can be intellectual and read a lot, but are we reading the right information? Are we lucky enough to stumble upon the right thing? And I see here with the Sun right next to the Page of Pentacles with illumination all over the place, including the Hermit card as your main reading and the third eye opening up. I feel like who you're meant to be is someone who's really illuminated with accurate information that is helping you along your path greatly and helping others. You know what? I keep saying illumination. At some point, I was going to say Illuminati. So what I remember about the Illuminatis is that they have the secret information. Wealth, not just any information, but secret information that has a lot of value, has a lot of power. And that's the kind of information that I see within your hands in the future. Pile number 3. Information will be your power. Don't they say information is power? That's what I see here in your reading. You have a beautiful mind, and not only are you smart, but you've taken the time throughout your journey to get amazing information that you will be helping others with. Perhaps you're going to write a series of great books that will help others. Maybe you'll have a podcast. Maybe you will be a speaker. Maybe you'll create courses. Maybe you are going to be a coach or a guide. But you're helping others in great numbers is what I see. All right. You have, see, illumination, unbelievable, right? You have the Page of Swords, and with the Page of Swords, I feel like you are illuminating the path for others to see things from a different perspective, from an educated, studied perspective. It's lighting where the sword is at. You're helping people think and take decisions for themselves, but the sort of decisions they're taking is based on information, proper information, that will open up their eyes and their minds to doing the right things for themselves, the way they want to do it. Whoa, look at that Strength card, right? You're becoming a very strong person on the inside. Pile number 3. I had to stand up for this one. I kind of feel that you are going to be one of the people who will master their inner strength. You're not afraid of anything anymore. You're not afraid of criticism. You're not afraid of finding out what's wrong with you or what's wrong with the situation. You're not afraid of attacks. You get straight to the point. You're going to become a very strong character, even stronger than who you are now, especially seeing the Tiger and Aries and protection. My goodness, there's a lot of strength exuding from your reading. Yeah, a strong character that is not afraid of anything, nearly. Nothing ties you down. If anything tries to tie you down, you address it straight away. You have the Moon. The Five of Cups. Let's put it here because I need longer space for this one. You have the Six of Swords. And I'm going to put this one here because I need the space. That is the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Where did we end here? Was that? Oh, it was the Ten of Pentacles. Showing us that you are becoming, in the first reading, that you're becoming who you're meant to be. Pile number 3. Now we're ending the reading with the Nine of Pentacles, showing that you will be making your dreams come true. Everything that you wish for, you will manifest in your world. And perhaps the Moon, along with the Nine of Pentacles, we're seeing manifestation powers. Yes, you're on the road to manifesting everything that you want. That part came up in another reading, but you share that. If you've watched both readings, wow. You're definitely a great manifester and you will achieve every dream that you want. Pile number 3. With the Horse here, I would say that who you're meant to be is someone who has knightly characteristics like courage and strength, someone who has honor and follows, knights, they follow strict codes, and this shows me great self-discipline, whether this self-discipline you're applying on your emotions and the way you think, so that you're always you're always in a healthy mental state, or whether the self-discipline has to do with your path and your work and your spiritual journey, your career, whatever it is. High self-discipline, as well as, of course, utmost graciousness. We see you exuding class. There's a royalty air to you. A lot of gracefulness, poise, knowing how to present yourself well, and being admired for that type of classy air that you exude effortlessly. Pile number 3. I also see here with the Five of Cups and the Six of Swords in conjunction to the Sun and the Page of Swords. This is showing me that with the knowledge that you acquire, it's part of who you are, that spiritual path. And that's why you have the Hermit, where you fixed and balanced your emotions first so that you are able to help others with it. And so a lot of people see you as a great example. The path that you take, the knowledge that you speak of, the way you live, and the light that you exude will really be a great example to help others slowly come from their shadow into the light, heal their sadness and their frustration and their loss, and to look forward to a much better, brighter future that is full of hopes and dreams. And by being you is in itself a savior to others, pile number 3. A great example to others. And not to mention that your spiritual path is really part of who you're meant to be. To become that mentor, that leader. Yes, of course, with the king. This leadership characteristic is showing up a lot in your reading. Becoming a leader for others and helping them find their own way. Just put them on the right path so that they're not lost anymore. And with the information and the examples, the example that you show, you're really helping them achieve their dreams as well by watching you. A great example is what I would call you to others, pile number 3. Pile number 3, that was your reading. It was really fascinating. It was really a pleasure doing this reading for you. I'm honored to have met you, pile number 3. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 3. You may be interested in it since you're all about self-discipline. This book could really be part of your journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't waste time or procrastinate on reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number 3, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you and getting to know you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful green Aventurine, and I heard right away good luck charm, because that's one of the things, the energies associated with the green Aventurine is really known to be, just like the jade, a good luck charm. All right, let's keep that on the side. And as you may know, if you've watched the preparation piles, we said that we were going to divide your reading into 2 parts. First, we're taking a look at what your higher self's messages on what you're doing right. And then the second half of the reading, we will be taking a look at who you are meant to be, your higher self's description of who you're meant to be. Okay, so first we'll be taking a look at your oracle cards. Wow, you have athlete, and this card popped up during the preparation. If you attended watched the preparation, you would know that this card popped up, and I said, you're really developing yourself. You're really working on yourself. And it's not easy with you with the 8 of Swords here. But then you have the Ram. We'll talk about that in a second. All right, so with the athlete, you have dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Wow, you're building a lot of personal strength and personal power. There's a lot of willpower to you as well. So we can clearly see, despite the fact that your situation is not easy at all with the 8 of Swords, it's kind of tricky, I would say. I see that your higher self is saying you're doing a magnificent, a marvelous job, beating through it and trying to win through it as much as you can. And like I said with the Ram, and the Ram is, of course, symbolic of Aries. The ram signifies leadership and power, which is really picked up all over your reading. Also, by the way, in Eastern symbolism, rams are an omen of prosperity. So we're seeing here your higher self communicating to you that despite your challenges and your initial ideas that it's very hard to maneuver through the circumstances that you are in, you are working very hard with great power. And with the ram showing up in this Eight of Swords, it shows that you will be able to persevere and come up like a winner from your current situation. It's not easy. It could be painful, especially mentally exhausting to you, but you're coming out like a leader with it. I feel so much pride here, so much power, so much willpower to get over something, especially mentally, that is not easy, very challenging. Like maybe you're dealing with a difficult situation with people. Maybe you have to persevere through challenges with finances. I'm not sure. But it's definitely draining and you are persevering with a lot of willpower and strength. Kudos to you, pile number 4. You have the bat. With the bat, you know how the bats, they're able to navigate in the night with their ultrasonic echo navigation. And so we see that you're using your sense, your intuition. Despite that you cannot really see ahead, you're using your all to navigate through these tough times, even though you don't know how it's going to end, just like a winner. And I see your higher self really cheering for you here. They're saying you are definitely going to make it, because like I said during the preparation process with the athletes, I'm instantly reminded of the gold medal. I see that you're going to be not just overcoming this, but you're going to overcome it with flying colors, just like a winner. Maybe you'll be on top and ahead of everyone else when you do. You also have Venus in Scorpio with secrets. How interesting. Pile number 4 always comes across as a very interesting reading. Full of surprises, always. Let's see your tarot cards at pile number 4. You have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Swords. Wow, what type of energy is that? We can clearly see what's going on here. You have a lot on your back. It's not easy. This situation that you're going through, perhaps with the secrets here, only you know about it, you're persevering in silence, but it's taking a toll on you. It's not easy. It feels heavy. It aches. It's slowing you down because it's not easy to navigate at all. I totally see and understand here, pile number 4. But look how you're described here by your higher self. You're a real winner, my dear pile number 4. A real winner to go through all of that just like a champion. Bravo, pile number 4. Really, bravo. You have the 7 of Pentacles. What a charming character. Okay. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You also have the 5 of Pentacles. Sensing that you are alone here. You have the Hierophant. The King of Wands. And the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, hold on. I felt a bit chilly, pile number 4, and I had to wear a jacket again. Perhaps this signifies, with all the cold energy here as well, that you were left out in the cold. It wasn't easy for you because, yeah, with the secrets, you were left alone. Pile number 4. Because this looks like a church and they have their doors closed towards this person. And so this really shows me that maybe the same people who should have opened their doors for you, they didn't. And you had to learn how to find your balance again and to persevere through these hard times little by little, planting seeds with this Knight of Pentacles in the right directions. Maybe you started picking up yourself in terms of your work, in terms of your mental health. This could also be in terms of your relationships all over again from the beginning. With the Hierophant here, I would say you had to learn a lot. Again, with the Hierophant and the church, I'm kind of feeling for some of you that, yeah, the idea that traditionally the people or the organizations, the people that were supposed to be there for you, traditionally weren't there. These could be family members, these could be parents, children, a job you worked for years could also be a thing. And you were left out all alone. You had to figure this whole thing out on your own. I see why you have this 8 of Swords now. It was a rough journey, no question about it. But seeing the King of Wands and the athlete here, your higher self is really saying you should congratulate yourself on that amount of strength that you put in a situation like that. This was no easy situation on anyone. And you came out of it victorious like a winner. You did it all alone, my dear pile number 4. And so we really see here in a reading of what you're doing right. My goodness, you've overcome a situation that would otherwise have beaten really anyone else. We see rising from the situation. The 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. 10 is an end of a cycle. So this cycle is ending for you and you're slowly building strength and power again. Again, this is all over your reading. And then an apple is a symbol of strength, because if you take an apple and you cut it in half, you'll see that the seeds inside form a pentacle. And this is, for this reason, it is a symbol of power and strength. And we see here that what you're doing right is that you're working on your inner strength very well. You're making sure that you're not vulnerable to anyone or to anything, and that you navigate your way through this, although it's not really clear where it's gonna go. You can, just like a bat, predict or see a couple of steps ahead, but you can't fully see the whole picture. It's not 100% clear, but you can see that you're moving ahead. It's not easy. You know you're gonna win, which you will, but you're in the process of learning now, and you're doing a marvelous job, pile number 4. I have to relay these emotions that I'm feeling here from the message of your higher self, the energies of your cards. You're doing a magnificent job. You're coming out not just to the other side, but you're coming out like a hero with great strength, like someone who's been working on their strength all their life, someone who didn't have to go through this. But perhaps it is that builds real heroes. Your story and your situation, it seems, was not a common one. It was full of maybe betrayal, full of heartbreak, full of disappointment, full of a lot of backstabbing, betrayal, yes, betrayal for sure. And you had to refine your balance all on your own, pile number 4. But with that came a lot of strength and got you in touch with your own inner strength, because most people would just be affected by it and let it go. But here we see that you're a strong character. You got in touch with your inner strength, and you're building on that and becoming who you're supposed to be. Perhaps that's tying in to the next part of your reading, pile number 4. Always an impressive pile. So yeah, I'm getting the idea that you're rebuilding your whole life all over again, something like that. You're rebuilding you're rebuilding your understanding of the world, of people, of what situations and fate can do. You're rebuilding your ideas of who you are, how to deal with tough situations, your finances, your work, you name it. You're rebuilding everything, replanting a whole garden from anew. But most importantly, building a lot of power, little by little. And that's what you're absolutely doing right. You're in a phase where you're collecting a lot of information so that you can find your balance eventually. I see you're really getting there. And most importantly, you're building personal power and strength. The ram, the athlete, the king of wands. You're building a strong character, strong grit. Pile number 4. I've noticed the green Aventurine with it being a good luck charm. We'll see how this fits into your reading. Very excited about that. But so for now, I'm going to clear out this part of your reading, and we're going to get into the second part where we take a look at your description of who you are meant to be. Pile number 4. All right. As usual, we're going to be starting with your oracle cards. You have guide. It says, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Wow. You have the owl here. It seems that you are going to amass a lot of wisdom. You're going to be a very wise person, almost like a hermit here. You know how when you meet people in secret societies, or when you meet someone who is a Buddha, you're going to be someone who's very knowledgeable, very wise, has a lot of secrets, knows a lot. That's why you had secrets in your... Let me get out your previous card. Why did I already put them away? Let me bring them out. You had secrets here. You're gaining access to information that is not available to everyone. Pile number 4. You're going to become one of those very rare people in the world that knows a lot of secrets about nature, about the universe, about the divine, the creation of the universe, or how life works. You're going to have that at the tip of your fingertips. You're going to be a bit quiet about it, but wow, what kind of energy is that? It's going to take you somewhere else. Pile number 4. Wow. Okay, that's why you have the guide archetype here. Stop. What? So you have the owl again. Gaining wisdom and secret knowledge is an understatement here in your pile. What is that? Wow, Jupiter in Capricorn with control. We see the creator, Zeus or Jupiter, resting his foot on the world and looking at what they have done or achieved. You will resonate with what I'm telling you if you really feel what I'm saying. This holds true to you if you feel what I say next. You are going to have some power on the whole world where what you say or the decisions that you make or something that you do will somehow have a great effect on the whole world. You have some sort of power. I'm seeing with Jupiter not just luck and fortune, of course, but I see the power to have a great good change in the world. And the 10th house, you'll be doing it through your work, your spiritual work. There's a lot of wisdom to you, and with that wisdom comes a lot of power. And you will see, pile number 4, a lot of you, especially if you feel what I'm saying, you will have an effect with the things that you say and the things that you do on the world, and you will know it. You will know that you will have that effect. Wow. Oh my God, pile number 4. What is that? And so now we get to see with the good luck charm, in conjunction with the 8 of Swords, we're seeing that what is holding you back now, the very things that hurt you, that stood in your path, were there to prepare you for a lot of good fortune and a lot of strength and wisdom that you should get in contact with, not everyone else will have the fortune of having. It's like these things were within you, and that was the one way you could get in touch with it. Pile number 4. Wow. Let's take a look at your tarot reading. You have the 2 of Cups. Some of you, that's not what I want to say with the 2 of Cups, but that's just an intuitive hit that I felt straight away, and I want to tell you. Some of you will be sharing this mission, this path, with someone else that you love. But not necessarily, of course. But I had to say it, I felt it here. You have the Justice card. You're bringing, didn't I tell you? You're bringing some sort of justice and good luck to the world. Wisely and quietly. Pile number 4. You have the Chariot. I feel like it has to do with industrialization. Ooh, you know, with this industrialization, maybe you're, dare I say, fighting corruption with organizations and the big corporations around the world somehow. Wow. Okay, you'll have a good team maybe of, yeah, of course. You'll have a good team of lawyers and accountants by your side. Especially lawyers helping you out, planning things with you. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. I know, it's like, whoa, that's me. Really, joking aside, it's like something that is small opportunity, that a big opportunity that's given to a small number of people, really. It's like you won the lottery in terms of opportunities. Wow, especially that you're doing something amazing with it. The 2 of Cups again. Whoa. So really, for a lot of you, this journey could be with someone else, with someone that you share it with. My eyes came here. Be careful, pile number 4, because you don't want, because remember when we said the apple was a symbol of power? Be careful to not let this great power ruin the beautiful connections that you have with others later on in life. I do not see that. I'm just saying it as a note to be careful. All right. You have, talk about the ram appearing in your reading, right? You have the Death card, complete transformation. My goodness. You have the Moon. Yeah, with the Moon, I'm seeing that you'll be a very mysterious person. You will appear normal to the common people. Once people speak to you, they will find great wisdom that will stun them. You have a lot of solutions that just blow people's minds. When they meet you and the first time, they feel like you're a regular, wonderful person passing by. But when they talk to you, they'll be stunned by the wisdom you share, by the solutions that you have, by the few words that you say that will truly transform and change their lives. And you have the Page of Cups. Where can I start? Look, pile number 4. As a child, from a very young age, you saw yourself, you foresaw your future. You knew that you weren't going to have a regular life at all. You had this inner knowing that you were going to take a path that only few would take. And you are right about that. You will be taking a path that only few will have the opportunity to take. Pile number 4. You're almost like Zeus, presented as godlike on earth. You know? Such power that only very few have. But I see with the cups energies here, you're using it for, and the justice, of course, you're using it for the greater good. You're doing something amazing. I'm almost inclined to pick up your tarot cards, since this is a magnificent reading such as this one, and really see what are you going to be helping us with. Pile number 4. We can clearly see it has to do with the industrialization, the corporate, what's the word? Corruption, maybe. It's flawed, full of cracks. And I feel like you're going to do something here. What are you doing, pile number 4? Can we kindly get more information on pile number 4's mission, please? What are they saving us from? What is their mission? What are they going to do with this power, please? So intrigued, pile number 4. I hope you remember one day that I read the tarot for you. Not just joking, my dear pile number 4. You have the 4 of Cups. Okay. You have the 8 of Wands. The Page of Swords. The Hermit. You might want to check pile number 3. Just saying, if you feel called to it. You have the 10 of Cups. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. What are you doing, pile number 4? Oh, okay. I see what this is here. Okay. We can clearly see. With the 4 of Cups, do you see how, in terms of your journey, you can really see how people are tired all over the world. They're being lied to. They're being fed, whether information or substance or food or whatever, education, you name it. They're taking away their power, their wealth. They're just tired. And I see here, you're without being seen, you're helping out this situation. And with the 8 of Wands, you're helping it very quickly. You know how you cannot stop a volcano from erupting? Something is happening behind the scenes. It's well prepared. It's brimming. It's brooming. And just like with the cone of power, with all of this energy growing, it's going to move into a straight line, a point towards something, using all of this built up power to move with force to save something. So how are you going to save them with this great power? Well, you do see with the Page of Swords and the Hermit, your power here is wisdom, information. You're using information that fell in your hands for a reason. Perhaps it was there first to help you. But do you see how this mermaid is in a little hole? It's not seen. You are accessing information that is critical, that is helping you first, and then is going to be helping everyone else. Perhaps with all of the power you have, maybe you're going to first create some sort of empire and organization, something big where you have a lot of power. But behind the scenes, you're spreading information. You're spreading enlightenment, letting people know beforehand what corruption is going on. And through that, you're educating people, helping them find their happiness and their freedom. Of course, that's just a quick understanding of how you're going to be doing this. But I see your mission is very, very strong and very deep. That's just a small outline to the average Joe, aka me. I see that this runs much deeper than that. Of course, I see that there's a lot of details, legalities, and so many other things involved that will help you pursue this mission and help others. Pile number 4, transform. See, the death card's right next to this world with control. It's like you're transforming the dynamics in which the world is operating. Can you believe that? With good information that you have. Maybe you're not aware of this now. One day, especially if you felt it, you will be led in this direction where behind the scenes, without being known much, you will have a great effect. Pile number 4. Maybe you're even going to illuminate certain people, not just the world. Maybe you're illuminating the right type of people, the right organizations, the right experts who will have create this change with this type of information. Pile number 4. Pile number 4, I am so proud of you. I am also very humbled that I get to do readings for you. Thank you for taking your time to tune in and listen to my readings. I'm so impressed. I'm in awe. I'm lost for words. And I wish you all the best of luck in this mission. You perhaps don't know about it yet. One day you'll be tapping into it. All the best of luck with your journey now and your journey later. It seems like you are going to be a wonderful, beautiful, pleasant, and wise person with a lot of power to change something critical in the world. All the best of luck with that, pile number 4. It was a real pleasure doing this reading. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. Pile number 4, it really can help you out in your journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. And sometimes just a few ideas could help change you and jumpstart into what you want. This book has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number 4, it was a real honor and pleasure doing this reading for you. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.